Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. Today, this video will be about energy vampires. Ooh. So simply put, energy vampires are people who like to come around and suck the life/energy out of you. Now, these people can be anybody. It can be a family member. It can be a spouse. It can be a friend. It could be a coworker. It could be anybody. What I have found from experience is energy vampires like to come and project. They like to project their energy onto you and receive your energy. It's almost like a transfer of spirits, so to speak. If you are a very positive, uplifting person, vampire energies love to be around you. They love to be in your presence. They love to have your ear because they know that they can talk to you and you are a person who is going to uplift them, who is going to encourage them, and who is going to always speak positively into their life. These people do not take the time out to put in the work to build up their own spiritual man, their mentality, their emotions. They would rather take the time out to lean and depend on somebody else because that allows them to stay in the position that they are in. And to me, most time it's almost like a victim mentality to the point to where they have to reach out to somebody else so that somebody else can build them up, encourage them, like I said, and make them feel better. They get off, they get a high, they get energy from you pouring into them, from you making them feel better and making them feel good. Spiritual vampires are people that will, yes, call you and dump all their trauma on you. They will talk to you about all their negative situations. So again, you can build them up. However, you do have those spiritual vampires who love to see you respond and behave in negative ways. If you are a positive, peaceful person, an energy vampire get high off seeing you, quote unquote, off your square, acting out of character. They love to trigger you. They love to push your button. They love to see you acting negatively, acting again out of character. They get high off of that. They get energy from that. What a low life individual. You get high off seeing somebody respond in a negative way. And you know what, guys? You know what that tells me? That energy vampires are people who are miserable. And we know that misery loves company. So guess what? Moving along, moving forward, we will not be entertaining energy vampires. People that call you, that try to trigger you, people that try to rob you of your peace, we do not have time for. No, I cannot lend you an ear. No, I will not be responding to you trying to push my button. No, 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 no to all of it. We reject it. Return to sender. Keep your energy and I will keep mine. Okay? We will not be allowing energy vampires to come in and steal from us. Protect your gates, your eye gates, your ear gates, your heart. Be mindful of the people that try to come into your life and steal your energy. Okay? All right. Now, let's get into this video.
5 signs you might be dealing with an energy vampire. But what's an energy vampire? An energy vampire is a toxic person who drains you of your emotional energy. And here's how you can spot one. Number 5, they don't take any accountability. This is the person who always blames everyone else for their problem. Nothing is ever their fault, and they always have an excuse for something. Number 4, they're always involved in drama. They love to gossip and tell you about their drama in hopes that you will fix it. Number 3, they always one-up you. It doesn't matter how good your news is. They won't celebrate your success. Instead, they'll try to shift the focus back onto them. 2, they diminish your problems and highlight their own. This one is draining. You can never go to an energy vampire to talk about your feelings or something you're going through, because chances are they're going through something worse. Number 1, they guilt trip you, criticize you, and make passive-aggressive remarks. This is pretty self-explanatory.
If somebody new comes comes into your life and you start getting to know them, and then all of a sudden you start losing something, whether it's your creativity, your motivation, your money. You just start getting into this stagnant state. Maybe there's a lot of confusion, things are just not moving, you're hitting a brick wall. You need to very carefully evaluate your relationship with that person. Whether they're doing it consciously or unconsciously, chances are that person is an energy vampire and they are draining your life force energy.
We have too many spiritual vampires. These are emotionally toxic people who don't present themselves as they are to the opposite sex. They present their social self, their psychological mask, and you don't realize who they really are until somebody gets pregnant, y'all move in together, get married, or get engaged. The whole time y'all were dating, it was perfect. We never had an issue. Get married, divorced in 6 months. You know why? Because once y'all moved in that house together, your ego no longer wants to lie to her. So now you start seeing things that you never saw 10, 20 years when y'all were dating, because in close proximity, the ego drops its mask.
I'm gonna need y'all to start using discernment and protect your energy. Here are 3 ways that men try to harvest your energy. Number 1, the most obvious and powerful is through physical intimacy. If you haven't really understood that intimacy is an energy exchange yet, then I'm gonna need you to wake up. Like, we're gonna have to lock in and understand this right now before we go into anything else. Your womb is a portal from the spiritual into the physical. Women have an innate gift to connect spiritually. It's just natural. Back in ancient Egypt, the pharaohs and kings, they used to pay to sleep with the high priestesses so they can receive that level of spiritual wisdom and guidance. Everything is an energy exchange, y'all. Nowadays, men are trying to offer the bare minimum to nothing and also trying to trick women into giving them that spiritual energy. If you think about it, how do men feel after they feel relieved, they feel happy, they feel fulfilled? And a lot of times women are left feeling drained because he has dumped all of his emotional baggage onto you. Your womb brings life to the lifeless. It is healing, it is restorative, it is rejuvenating. It's literally everything, and that's why they want it so bad. So you have to really evaluate, are they pouring into me or are they taking from me? Because if all they're doing is taking from you and using you, then they're harvesting your priceless energy. Number 2, y'all, is provocation. Men will harvest your negative reactions. We kind of talked about this before in that other video. I don't know what it is, but they really like negative reactions. Like, it makes them feel good. Like, it makes them feel like you care about them, like you're obsessed with them, like they're the man, like they're fulfilled. That is really, really a very toxic thing that some men do, but it is a very, very valuable energy source. Your emotions are powerful, and I need y'all to understand how powerful your emotions are. Your energy as a whole is just next level. Like, it does things to people. Men will desperately crave your emotional reaction, because if you do not react emotionally, then they're left confused, and now they have to deal with their own problem or own insecurities or own feelings without your energy to validate them. So you really have to get in control of your emotions in order to be above provocation. So when y'all think y'all doing something by crashing out and you scaring him or something, I promise you, you are not scaring him at all. And that is why they always come back after you act crazy, because they love that energy. Like, if you really crash out over a man, he's not going to leave you alone. He's going to be craving that energy all the time. If anything, he probably might continue to press that exact same button that got the same result the last time. And you think he's going to stop, but he's not, because he likes to see you that way. And that's what's sad. And the last one is by simply being in your presence. Some men have zero intention of taking you serious, of taking you on a date, of pouring into you in any way. They just want your attention for the time being. They will literally just love to be in your presence momentarily, whether that's by you giving them conversation, whether they're sharing something intimate with you and they just want you to make them feel better about it, whether that's them saying that they want to take you out and you agreeing to it and they never do it. They just wanted to see if they even could. That's validation in itself. Like, your presence, it's just so valuable that, like, you gotta just be a little bit more selective, because if you're spreading yourself thin, you're giving attention to whoever seeks it, then you will leave a lot of situations feeling drained.
A lot of y'all not able to manifest the life y'all want because y'all too busy feeding everybody else. There's a lot that us women do not understand about our energy, and I'm here to clear that up. Emotional energy and creative energy are the same energy. Both of those are a part of your sacred energy, which is your sexual energy. Sex is an acronym for sacred energy exchange. So every time that you have sex, you exchange your energy for whoever's energy that you're having sex with. Now, the sacred energy is amplified when you love somebody because you are open to that person, meaning your heart space is open. So say, for instance, that you love somebody, but y'all in a toxic dynamic. Every time that you're around this person, you're in a tense state because either they're telling you you're too much, you're too emotional, you're too this, you're too that, trying to humiliate you in front of people, or y'all keep fighting about petty shit. Every time you're around that person, it requires you to be less of yourself because you're trying to stop the conflict, or you're not trying to give them any reason to criticize you. But tension is contraction. And anytime you're in a contracted state, you are repelling anything that you want for yourself. So you sitting there exhausted with bags under your eyes and you looking at him like, how does he have all this energy? He able to build his dreams. He able to do what he want to do. He basically knocking shit down. Well, it's because you are open to him. And every time that you have sex with him, you are exchanging your sacred energy for his. Your sacred energy is the energy of creation. So you are fueling him to go and execute his dreams, his goals. But let me add to that. Have you ever been in a situation where every time you date somebody new, there's this girl who keeps popping up who's dating the same man that you're dating? It's not his energy that she's after, it's yours. Because when he decides to have sex with her, he is exchanging his energy for hers. Well, his energy is your energy because one, you're open to him. So that means he can pull on your energy whenever he wants. That could be as simple as a text message, a phone call, but that's amplified when you're having sex with him. Have you ever realized that when a woman gets out of a toxic situation, all of a sudden she's glowing? She's able to get the body she wants. She's able to get the job she wants. She might be going back to school. That's because you are no longer giving away your energy and feeding all of those people. But this is not mutually exclusive to romantic partnerships. This also goes for family and friends. Have you ever had a friend that every time she's going through something, she's trauma dumping on you, you giving her reassurance, you telling her what she needs to know, but every single time you pick up your phone, you realize that she has not taken any advice or accountability or responsibility for her life? So you find yourself continuously saying the same things over and over and over again to her until you can't deal with it anymore? Yes, she is drained. She needs energy, so she comes to you for that creative energy. And because you love her and you're open to her and y'all have a connection, an emotional connection, she is able to pull on your energy. And that's why you leave that conversation feeling drained, feeling exhausted. But it also works for toxic family dynamics. Why? Because the older generation is constantly telling you who you need to be, constantly critiquing you, constantly pushing you towards these traditional ideologies. So every time you come around, well, we didn't do that when we was younger. Y'all new generation doing too much. You talk about new views in front of them and they start preaching Christianity at you. So every time you go around them, you are in a tense state, whether that be you being less of yourself or you being geared up for battle. But when you're in a tense state, you're repelling. And in order for you to manifest, you have to be in an expanded state.
Ladies, let me tell you something. Let me put y'all on game. Men see your emotions, your emotional outbursts, your reactions as an energetic investment. The long text message, trying to prove your point, trying to make him see things your way, all that does is communicate to him, I won't leave you, I'm gonna put up with this. That's all they hear, literally. So you know when a man disrespects a woman on a video or whatever, and she's going off, throwing stuff out the window, throws a coffee on him in public, everybody and their mom knows that that woman is not done with him. And he knows that that woman is not done with him. They are not stupid. They know that once they can control a woman's emotions, they can control a woman and pretty much do whatever they want at that point. All they have to do is put up with her kicking and screaming. Action is the name of the game. Once you learn to align your actions with your words, throw the words out the window. Actions only, actually. If you said what you needed to say once or even twice, asking twice is too close to begging. A man will know you're serious by your willingness to walk away. If you say, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like how you talk to me, and then you stay, they're going to assume you like it. People stay in relationships where they get disrespected all the time because that's what they like. If you don't like something, you have to show him with your actions. And you have to be able to get up from the table when you don't like what's being served.
I seriously thought that more women knew about the whole warlock thing and men harvesting their energy. Obviously, that's not the case because so many women wouldn't be lost, drained, and losing everything that they worked so fucking hard for. You know, like these warlocks, that's what they do. They can't exist unless they have multiple women, and they always choose the most powerful woman to keep as the main lady. See, warlocks, they really operate off of ego. And I mean, I kind of got a thing for warlocks, but you gotta know how to work with them. It's crazy because warlocks like to take the woman who is creative, who is strong, and who is pretty much going to be damn successful. She may not see that she's successful now, but they see it 10 steps ahead of her. She's usually really beautiful. A lot of people really like her or love her. She's walks into a room and demands all the fucking attention. Meanwhile, a warlock is usually a fucking loser who may look like he get a lot of attention and he puts on like he got his shit together, but he fucking doesn't. They be real stupid too. Like, you having a conversation with him and you like, how the fuck did you not have common sense? But you so fine. Oh, let's not talk about those ones that will touch your soul and go into your canal and drain you for all of your soul, and then you start to look crazy, feel crazy, and act crazy. Next thing you know, you're on a bunch of fucking medication and you're taking Jack Daniels, 6 shots to the head. Love y'all. Bye.
How to spot an energy vampire and quickly how to deal with it. Because sometimes friends are really trying to come after you. So my go-to thing of when I'm seeing somebody that's an energy vampire, it's directly of how my energy feels before and after meeting them. Do you feel like you're diminishing your light? Do you feel a little bit anxious before or after? Really, it's the before meeting up with this person is your anxiety. Are you feeling grounded? Are you anxious to meet them? A lot of these times people like this will diminish your issues, but then like all of their issues are on 100. You might find yourself dimming your shine around them because they act weird when you're shining brighter than them, or make the situation so they're always the center of it. These kind of people, most of the time, always one-up you in a situation, whether it's around other people or literally just with you. Overall lacking empathy, or it's fake empathy that you normally can tell isn't really real. Overall, we want to cut these people from your lives to stop.
A lot of y'all want to date spiritual women or women who are tapped into their divine feminine energy. But here's the problem. We can see right through you. A lot of us can read energy. We know when you're mad, we know when you're sad, we know when you're happy, and we know when you're lying. Being a highly sensitive individual is just something that comes with it. That doesn't mean that we think that we're better than you or anything like that. It just means a lot of us have gone through multiple dark nights of the soul and have done a lot of healing work on ourselves. And you know what that means for you? It simply means that you need to raise your frequency to meet us up here. And if you don't like it, then just simply quit approaching us. That doesn't mean that you have to call us names. That just means that you can go and date Nancy Drew over there. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very simple, but we are tapped out. Y'all need to do the work yourself. Until then, leave us the fuck alone. We tired.
They know that you are a different breed. They know that there's something different about you. All right. And you're going to have a lot of people that's going to get close to you or try to get close to you to figure you out. Sometimes people don't even have to talk to you or get to know you to get your energy. They can just be in your space. You got to watch out for that. Some people might just invade your space or stand around just so they can absorb your energy. All right. It's a lot of different vampires out here. So always pay attention to how you feel around certain people, because that's going to tell you whether or not they're energy vampires or not. All right, so start protecting your energy, man, because the fact that they know, all right, the fact that they know that you are doing something special, that you're different, that your energy is on a higher frequency, this sets you up to be attacked.
Men will harvest your energy if you let them. I literally just got off the phone with a dude that I haven't spoken to in a year. This dude is very big on social media. I think it has like, I don't know, hundreds and thousands of followers. And I always push the narrative for women to get something out of the situation, because men will do anything just to get your attention and your time. That is called energy harvesting. I haven't spoken to this man in a year, and the last time we spoke, we didn't even get into an argument. He wanted me to come join him last minute, like for dinner. I was like, that's not how I move. And he was like, but you're here in this city, how can you not want to? I was like, bruh, I told you a week ago I was coming. Someone brought me here. I can, if you need me to come back here, you need to fly me here. You need to purchase my ticket and my accommodation and bring me there. And this man had recently bought like a really expensive car, so he was feeling brand new. So now he's back. I'm like, what you want, bro? What is it that you want? So now he's missing that energy that I was giving him. The sad thing, when someone disappears and a year goes by, I'm a whole different beast now. I don't even know how he's gonna try and tame this. He's talking about us. I'm ready to purchase a house. Bro, that's not my problem. Where's my apartment? Where's my? Get off my phone.
Like, you gotta listen to what your body telling you. You can't breathe around these people. You got headaches every time you talk to these people. Why your head hurting every time you in the same room as this person? You see what I'm saying? Why is your body always aching? Why you always sick around these people? You see what I'm saying? Because they energy vampires. When somebody's sucking on your energy, when somebody, you know what I'm saying, trying to, you know, take your energy from you, basically, they'll sit around you, they're plotting on you. You don't know that they're plotting on you because you're ignorant to the fact of who they are. You see what I'm saying? But we have natural mechanisms in our body to let us know when we in danger. We got natural things up in us to let us know when something ain't right. We call it the gut feeling and stuff like that. But you got to understand, when your body is showing you signs like, you know, you're not feeling good, you got headaches, you can't breathe, it's a lot of things, you're not in the right environments for your body to thrive. And a lot of the times it's mental. A lot of the times you be sick because your mind's sick. You see what I'm saying? You be tired because your mind tired. You see what I'm saying? Everything starts with the mind and it twinkle down. You see what I'm saying? So your mind is telling you things that you don't understand. Your body is trying to let you know things that you don't understand. You got to understand, read your signs, read your body, understand, man. Every time I come around somebody, why I'm not feeling well. You see what I'm saying? It's them energy vampires. They sucking energy. They don't like you. You know what I'm saying? But they smiling in your face. Whole time they want to take your place. You see what I'm saying? I find it sad we got a group of people in the world to understand that.
If you've been doing the work to protect your peace, then recognizing energy vampires is essential. Let's break down the most common types so you can spot them before they drain you. Also, I just posted a full video about this in my YouTube, so if you want to check that out, check the link in my bio. It's Geneva's Soul Cipher. First up, the narcissist. They demand constant attention and validation, often manipulating people to feed their ego. You'll notice them dominating conversations, making everything about them, and they will leave you feeling unseen and used. Next, we have the victim. This person thrives on pity. They're always in a crisis, they're blaming the world for their problems, and they guilt you into overextending your energy to save them. If you're left feeling guilty when you try to pull back, you've probably encountered this type. Next, we have the drama magnet. This is the person that stirs up chaos everywhere they go. They're constantly involved in arguments, gossip, drama, conflict, and they pull you into a whirlwind of negativity. You'll notice that they'll never seem to want a solution, only to pull you into their problems. Then there's the critic. This is the person that's super judgy, they're very negative, they can never celebrate other people's accomplishments, and they often leave you doubting yourself. They thrive on keeping you in a low vibrational state because it feeds their insecurities. And finally, we have the clinger. This person is overly dependent on your emotional energy. They typically have a very anxious attachment style. They need constant reassurance and support, and they lean on you without ever considering how much they're taking. Recognizing these patterns is the first step in protecting your peace. And these people aren't necessarily bad, they're just operating from unhealed wounds. But you know, it's not your job to fix them, okay? Set boundaries, protect your energy, and prioritize your growth. A lot of times we're not even conscious of the fact that these types of people can hold us back. So just be mindful, okay, and keep yourself protected from energy vampires.
How to spot an energy vampire. We already know what they is. It's exactly what it sounds like. These are people that come in and drain you of your energy. But y'all gotta be mindful. It's not just when people try to bring your vibration down by talking mess about you or trying to get a reaction out of you. Although that are two main things that they do. That's why I say you gotta be mindful. You gotta be conscious. Your awareness gotta be on point because there's many things that they do that y'all not realizing. Number one, gossip. Gossip, gossip, gossip. When you're around somebody and all they doing is gossip, is bringing your vibration down, and when you participate in it, you're starting to partake in a hateful speech towards other people. And it's bringing your vibration down, because to raise your vibration, you have to have daily affirmations. You have to speak good about yourself and others. and do helpful acts. So when you gossiping with people, somebody's reputation is on the line and you talking bad about somebody. This is why all this, this reality TV is pushed y'all. It's all gossip, and this is how they lower y'all vibration. But anyways, number 2, they come to you about all of their problems, but only because they want to take advantage of your compassion and your empathy. So I'll give you an example. Somebody who always a Debbie Downer. Nothing in their life ever seems to go right. You get what I'm saying? They come to you about their problems, and they'll start lowering your vibration. You'll be like, oh, it's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. And they just, well, this, well, that. And sometimes people do this and don't even realize they're doing it. Like I say, it's a spiritual world first before anything. It's nothing realer than the spiritual world. So just be mindful of the Debbie Downers. Then you got the people who carry dark energy with them. And a lot of times you can visualize this. They'll walk into a room and the energy will just be, you just look at them and be like, man, energy vampire. Somebody who's always negative. Never got nothing nice to say about people. Whenever they come around you, it's a whole bunch of negative talk about themselves. When you got somebody who's talking bad about themselves, that's an energy vampire. That's how they drain you of your energy. Because this is what'll happen. They'll be talking bad about themselves. You be like, nah, you be trying to speak light into them because you got the good heart that you have. And they be like, oh man, but this, it's like it's always a problem. And it's draining you of your energy. And you'll find yourself in situations where you'll want something for them more than they want it for themselves. And you find yourself being drained trying to help them. You gotta have your mind on a swivel. You gotta be up, you gotta be aware, and start protecting your energy, because like I say, people gonna do it. They gonna do it, and they gonna take advantage of your compassion and the empathy that you have. And the only kind of people that do stuff like that, well, I ain't even gonna say people, but the only kind of deities that'll take advantage of somebody's kindness in their heart is a demon. So wake up. These energy vampires, they're out here and they got a job they got to do. So make sure you shine bright. Make sure you practicing forgiveness every single day. Make sure you saying daily affirmations. Make sure you showing gratitude, and spend time out in nature and do the things that bring you fulfillment. Feed your spirit, not your.
Beware, ladies, if you're a beautiful woman who is a triple threat, and when I mean triple threat, I mean you are beautiful, you have the brains and the body, beware. You will encounter the fakest, the most malicious, the most negative energy, because even if people praise you in public, they could be preying on your downfall in private. You have to be very, very careful who you let in, and you do not want to be deceived by people who will outwardly see you, and they're showering you with all this praise, and they want to be around you, and they're constantly you think they're constantly pouring into you, but in reality, they're just trying to gain access from you. And through gaining access from you, they're able to then suck the energy that you are admitting from yourself, because now that the doors are open, right, and you let them in, they can now gain the secrets on how you do things. They can also gain your aura and your energy, and you'll start to know when you have people who are around you who are kind of energy vampires, or people who are not really supposed to be in your space, because after encountering them, you feel tired, you feel drained, you feel like where you might have been once creative, you no longer can create. You feel like for some reason you don't love the things that you might have loved before meeting them or being around them. Now all of a sudden life is switching and changing for you, and maybe life is getting worse. Maybe things are just happening to you that have never happened, and you're like, what is going on? Sometimes you have to evaluate the people that you have around you, because they could be speaking negative energy into your life just by their presence, just by them being around you. That could now make for your life to switch in a way that it never.
The way that energy vampires work, is that they want to create a strong emotional reaction within you. This typically means triggering a core wound. When you respond to the trigger, it creates an energetic food source. This is why their goal is to amplify deep feelings of shame, fear, or inadequacy. So this is how you're going to spot an energy vampire. Recognize how you feel during and after interacting with someone. If you find yourself feeling insecure, unattractive, self-conscious, self-critical, chances are you're dealing with someone that lower vibrational entities are working through and cording into your energetic system. Once these energy cords are established, they can continue to steal or exchange energy with you that essentially is the food source, this energetic food source that we're talking about. Now, here's the hack for no longer creating or attracting these types of energetic bonds with people. And it's very simple. Intentionally use your emotional triggers as teachers by choosing and deciding to learn from them. You do this by consciously becoming aware of unhealed wounds, working on them, thus shifting into a higher vibrational state of being that will no longer attract these types of energetic reflections. You will repel energy vampires from your field.
All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it. The world can't take it away. Protect your energy. Prayers and blessings.